Hey YouTube, Dawson Ryder here. This is going to be my video discussing Power Month, which was last month. I wanted this to come out like on the ending day or the day after, but then like all the Dino Fury toys started showing up, so this is a little bit late. But I wanted to discuss Power Month, and if you didn't know what Power Month is, quick recap. Since the beginning of time, just kidding. I don't know what Power Month is. The August 28th, I believe it is the anniversary of when the first ever episode of Power Rangers aired, Day of the Dumpster, and they commemorated that ever since sometime with National Power Rangers Day. It'll trend on Twitter for a hot minute. They usually have some sort of special announcement or acknowledgement. I believe Dimensions in Danger came out on that day for Super Ninja Steel for the anniversary, and so they've been acknowledging it for a little while. But this month, they decided to go all out. And they did on Fan First Friday a while back, they said, in August, we're going to do a whole Power Month. They pulled a Trina Vega, and they're like, to hell with Power Week, we're doing Power Month for Trina's birthday. So that's what they did, and that set a lot of fan expectations high. Fans' expectations high? In other news, water wet. To be fair, I think the fandom's expectations are always a bit too high. But I wanted to talk about, like, this was the first Power Month we had. Was it a disappointment? I would say yes and no. I'm in a weird place because my thoughts on the existence of it are very mixed. Because on the one hand, I think it's a smart marketing move because it gets eyes on you. It kind of creates this whole thing people are talking about. But on the other hand, it hits that nerve of over-celebration that we experience in the Toku community with between anniversary stuff, whether it's into the show or out. We just over-celebrate everything, and it really kills my excitement. It's like too much of a good thing. I always think about that scene where Trunchbull makes him eat the whole chocolate cake, and that's what I feel like when it comes to anniversary stuff. But again, it's a smart marketing move. And then when the fandom gets overhyped and they get over-entitled, then it kills my excitement further. So I had mixed feelings to begin with. And I feel like people's expectations immediately went too high. And I had my expectations pretty tempered, so my line for disappointment I think was a lot different than a lot of other people's. But I will say, it was a little more lackluster and strangely paced than I thought. I mean, basically it just amounted to a handful of Lightning Collection announcements and them announcing that Power Rangers is going to be on YouTube. I mean, we already knew that, but they started with the MMPR catalog. Like, that was their big final day announcement. August 31st, they said, we're ending with a bang, all episodes of MMPR on YouTube. I'm like, that's a bang? The thing about that was, I think the same day they put all, like, the Transformers episode 2, so it made it seem less special. I don't know. Here's the thing. I didn't have any huge expectations, but I thought maybe they'd be talking about other stuff besides Lightning Collection a little bit. Mainly because it was weird. I don't know if you guys remember, about a week or so before Power Month started was when we started to see all those listings for the Dino Fury toys, like the Zords and the Chroma Saber and the 5-pack on like Amazon and Target and stuff, which led me to believe that they might talk about that during Power Month. I was like, oh, maybe they're syncing up Power Month with when the Dino Fury toys are going to be hitting shelves in online stores. That's smart. But they never mentioned it, that I remember. I mean, to be fair, like, they just started shipping. Like, I just got my Dino set of the Zords and the Chroma Saber, so they kind of more showed up in September. But you think, like, once or twice during Power Month, they could have said, hey, look forward to this fall, Dino Fury toys will be coming out for Power Month. You know, not for Power Month, but for Power Month, say, they're coming up soon. Same thing with the show. That wasn't something I expected to see, but I was kind of hoping to hear something. I think my only high hope was that we were going to find out that the rest of the episodes were going to drop on Netflix before we got to the international airings, but I was prepared for disappointment. But I thought at the very least, they could have released like one more clip, or a mini trailer, even if it's that trailer where they're like, what about even newer Zords in gear with even more zing and pep? Like even one of those. Just something about the show, a little, you know, small teaser or a clip, even if they don't have a release date, and just say, rest of the episode's coming later this year. Like, when they had all eyes on you for Power Month, you think they would have tweeted something about that, about the show, or about the toys that are coming out. The thing is, again, I'm not coming at it from a perspective of like, we deserve it, we're owed it, they need to put it out. It's more like a marketing thing. I'm thinking marketing-wise, why wouldn't you talk about this stuff? Like, even if it's not coming out till September or October, people are paying more attention right now, then you could talk about it. So I figured they could have spaced out some announcements, because Power Month amounted to basically a solid week of Turtles announcements, and I was like, oh my god, there really is going to be an announcement every day. But then after that, it was like one a week. We got a couple lightning drops, and then there was some stuff like exclusive covers, and then it was kind of just lackluster after that. But if they would have sprinkled in some stuff like, oh hey, check out the new episodes coming this fall, here's a teaser, here's a clip, or, you know, Dino Fury Zord's going to be hitting shelves very soon, here's a picture, you know, even something like that, even if it wasn't new information or a new listing or a new announcement, just a little bit more engagement to keep the Power Month stuff going. I think, again, just on a logical level, it seemed weird. I know there were some people hoping to hear about the new universe stuff. I had a small hope for that, or a small thought that they might bring something up, but I didn't think so. The thing with that, you have to remember, guys, is we're still in the early planning stages. Not to mention, it doesn't make sense for them to promote their new show and movies and universe when we're still in Dino Fury Season 1. They're going to want the new product out there more, and I think it would curb any excitement they're trying to generate for Dino Fury to announce what's after that. Maybe during Season 2 I could see that, but since we're still in Season 1 and we still have potentially a full year of Dino Fury to go, so I wasn't necessarily expecting to hear anything about that. I was more thinking Dino Fury stuff. But yeah, it was a little bit weird and lackluster, but I'm not upset with them, and I've seen some people say they don't care, but it's the first time they did something like this. I do think it was mixed, but it was their first time doing it. Do you like to do it yourself? If the mood strikes. That came out of nowhere. But what I was going to say is my suggestion would be do Power Week next time, or at least don't do it every month. I think month gives 31 days for the fans to over-expect things. And I think a week is solid because it gives time for a good amount of announcements, but it doesn't put the pressure on the whole month. And it also doesn't oversaturate with excitement. Because, again, I think it's a smart marketing move, but I think you can oversaturate with overhype, and you set expectations way too high. And this, again, this isn't coming from a standpoint of something I think they should do, or I'm not trying to tell them what to do, but I feel like in the future it would be nice to have the announcements be a little more balanced of like, here's some lightning stuff, here's some stuff from the show, maybe some comic stuff. Because, yeah, it was just a little bit weird. So I would say Power Month was weird. It was more lackluster than I thought, but I'm not upset about it personally, you know. That's just me, though. I'm curious, what do you guys think? What were your favorite Power Month announcements? What would you have liked to seen done differently? What were you hoping to see? Let me know in the comments as always. I feel like my favorite announcement was probably the Turtles stuff. You know, I really like the Turtles comic. I like the comics in general, and I've said before, the comic stuff is always at the tip-top of my personal list of Lightning stuff. I like the Turtles designs, especially Shredder, so I think it's really cool that we got all of them. I did think it was funny, though, that they announced it just every day without a Fan Friday, then they did a Fan Friday, which led some of us to believe, including me, that there was going to be like a secret figure, like the Megazord or something, for Turtles, and then they didn't do anything. And I was like, why did we have this Fan Friday to tell us stuff we already knew about? Because arguably I preferred just getting tweets about it, instead of having a Fan First Friday that kind of drags it out with the award show banter. I don't want to sound ungrateful, but I was like, oh, this is nice. I don't have to worry about watching this thing and dealing with the fandom drama. They just tell us about it one-on-one, you know? This all could be handled over email. But that's about it, though, guys. Until next time, like, comment, subscribe, and climb the steps and ring that bell so you get notifications for my videos. Dawson Ryder, signing out.